Easy go.
What's up YouTube, it's the MLG Apache back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Rainbow Six Siege, specifically part 2 to the whole new operator ability ideas. So, I liked doing the last one. It was pretty fun actually, just thinking about how they would work and all that. So I decided to do a part 2. Once again, the forum link will be in the description if you want to see some ideas for yourself that I didn't cover, or if you want to post some ideas yourself on there. These are just the ones that I found interesting and more possible than some of the other ones that were on there. So to start off with, we have the person called Inferno, and he is a defender. So basically he places traps, not obvious like Kapkan and not super noisy like Nitrocell, that when either detonated or tripped, burst into a fireball, and the fire lasts for some time on the ground, dealing damage. Now, the game does have a lot of traps already, but I do like this one because it could work. It's possible. Really the only things I'm concerned about would be, does the fireball, the initial fireball, do damage? And then of course, once the fire's on the ground, I'm assuming it would do damage over time, so you just step out of it, you stop getting hurt. But it would be pretty much decided if this is a good balanced operator if the fireball did damage or not. Because if it does do damage, it can't do too much damage to where you have no chance of getting out of the fire that's on the ground. But if it doesn't do damage, he could be underpowered and just not do much damage, but at the same time, just hurting the enemy a little bit is good enough. It takes him down to a 1, 2, maybe 3 shot. So this guy, he's possible, and he sounds like he could be a good operator. Next we have Replay. He is an attacker with the gadget Feed Jammer. So basically the gadget would allow Replay to go near a camera and hack it so it shows the loop of whatever it was looking at the beginning of the round. This would allow for some very effective sneaking tactics as well as an interesting challenge for the defense. Obviously something of this nature would need a crutch, so maybe every 10 or so seconds the camera makes a small glitch that shows what really happening on the camera. So this guy, the problem I have with him is that you'd have to sit there watching a replay. That's a lot of time just missing for a pretty good chance that you're not going to get anything really good, any good information from that camera. So this guy, I mean, maybe. I have doubted operators before that have ended up being very good, but I don't see this guy being that good simply because you have to waste a lot of time watching the replay and not, or most likely not, getting any good information. Next we have Misdirect. He'd be a defensive operator with the gadget Audio Jammer. Operator could have a type of remote detonated charge that emits a signal that for a few seconds or so plays the sounds of gunfire and explosions over that person's comms. She would have 3 of these things. This would greatly help with 1v1 situations. So this one I actually do kind of like. It's kind of like a comms jammer, but rather than just jamming them, it plays fake audio to make the operator think like they're being shot at or something like that. So he does say remote detonated charges. I feel like it would make more sense if they were like, like placeable, like little boxes that you can trigger within, like whenever you want, and if they're within range, it does the effect. But this could be a possible operator. I don't really know how effective it would be. I feel like after a while people would kind of get used to it and really know when it's fake shots just over their comms. But this is a plausible operator and could be effective. I'd actually like to see this in the game just to see how it would play out. I think it'd be pretty interesting. And last but not least, this one doesn't have a name or a gadget name, or if it would be attack or defense, but basically an attacker that can hack pre-positioned cameras or sticky cams or both to display a still image or loop feed to the defenders while showing a live feed to attackers. This way defenders have to shoot out their own cams and attackers can move without being seen or known what area of the map they're in. Or maybe make it a timed hack so it's more difficult for defenders to notice the hack and attackers have limited use. Make cams useful again, and maybe cams won't be shot so much by attackers at least. Now, to start with, I don't agree the part where she says make cams useful again. They're already still really useful. It's just tough because people know the positions of the ones that have been in the game forever, so they get shot out immediately. Then, I do like this character. This character could work. Basically, the attacker comes in, hacks it. The defenders, if they're on the camera, they just see a loop of pretty much nothing. And the attackers still get to see through the camera a live feed. Now, I do like the crutch that he added to this, where it could be a timed one. If they made it a timed one, I feel like this would be a very balanced ability and a very useful ability. So this one I actually would like to see. You would kind of have to balance out, do I want to waste my operator ability on this guy and be able to hack, or just break the camera so nobody can use it? So I think that's the only dilemma that would appear with this character, but I think he'd be pretty good in the game, to be honest. I feel like I'd probably use him quite often. So yeah, let me know in the description, who do you think out of these four would be the most useful? Which one did you like the most? Also, let me know in the comments any operator ideas you have. Like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. And with that said, peace.